In the United States, every single minute, approximately 20 people are being abused by their partners. It can be physical, hitting, shoving, pulling hair, dragging, choking, slapping, scratching, all those kinds of things that we would now just say those are physical abuse. But we also have sexual abuse, coercion, reproductive is also a category. Emotional abuse is a big one. Domestic violence often starts out with emotional abuse that takes the form of verbal abuse and criticism and belittling, making a person feel that they're not worthy to be alive, that they are privileged to be in this relationship and no one else will want them. Those kinds of things. Psychological abuse, a close cousin to the emotional abuse. Gaslighting, manipulation of other sorts. Economic is another category where money is withheld or controlled, where a partner is not allowed to work, for example, not allowed to go to school, go back to school to increase their education and employment opportunities. That's reduced. All those forms of abuse that I just talked about, they all include manipulation of some sort, intimidation, fear, terrorizing in some situations, and all of those things tend to escalate. Domestic violence can start with, let's say, name calling. And you wouldn't expect that physical violence would result from that. All of these things, they increase in frequency and in severity. So the lethality really increases over time. Risk factors for anybody in domestic violence, there's a big long list of risk factors, but the ones that primarily impact our people at Joy House include poverty, or at least low income. Drug and alcohol abuse is huge as a cofactor with that. Undereducated, history of abusive relationships, or at least unhealthy and unstable relationships, including in the family they grew up in. Depression, anxiety, hostility that's already in relationships. And then one of the big risk factors, obviously, is that they are women. 85% actually of domestic violence victims are women. Also, minorities are disproportionately represented as victims of domestic violence.